2003, Reuben Steiger took a quantum leap. He abandoned a real-world job for a business development position at Linden Lab, creators of the 3D virtual world known as Second Life. As the company's chief evangelist, Second Life has grown from having a small number of inhabitants to nearly 1 million denizens throughout the world, producing a gross domestic product of about $150 million a year. Recently, his career took on a second life as well. This online maverick is now at the helm of Millions of Us, an agency that helps companies harness the power of virtual landscapes. We met up with Reuben in real life to learn how all of this virtual thinking has virtually changed the world.
Well, Second Life was originally the vision of Philip Rosedale. He's one of the real pioneers and forefathers of streaming video. He had always had this vision for a shared digital space, a virtual world that would be built by the users, right? Where people could be highly creative and work together to build things, almost like using Lego, right? Second Life is made up of regions, which are 16 acres in size, and each one of those can be either mature or PG. Second Life is like MySpace in that it's an area in which you may have a very active social life, and it's a platform that allows you to kind of maintain and augment that social life, to meet new people, to develop relationships with them. Where it's different than MySpace is that it feels a lot more like real life. MySpace takes place on a page where you're leaving messages for people. You may be posting photos for them to look at. You may be rating them positively. In Second Life, you're actually, seeing that they're online, going over to them, meeting at a club, you're hugging them, you may, sit down and actually build them a present, right? Or create a long-stemmed rose and give it to them. It's much more immersive. So I've started a company called Millions of Us, and we're helping companies understand and harness the power of virtual worlds. So we're working for companies like Warner Brothers Records, Toyota, and a variety of others, very, very big companies, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. We bring companies, real world companies, into virtual worlds. Right? So we help them translate what their brands and their products are about and manifest those in the virtual environment. I think a lot of companies look at this as a great stage to get in and run some early experiments and see what they can do in environments like this. VCs are definitely getting more interested in virtual worlds. First of all, it combines a number of areas that they already know are interesting, both video games and user-created content. And I think that the sort of stunning success of Second Life has made them realize that, wow, this is a big success. It's probably not going to be easy to catch Second Life right now. What are the other wins in this area? Most venture capitalists, didn't think it was possible. They didn't think that processors were fast enough. They didn't think that bandwidth was adequate, and many of them didn't think that people would ever be interested in it. And slow going at first, but here we are, fast forward to 2006, and it's become quite a force. There's this thing, I know it looks like a video game, but actually this virtual world is going to change the way we all think and live online. And I got laughed at a lot early on because there weren't many people in it, and because people couldn't see quite where it was going to go. as the numbers got bigger and the groundswell rose, I got laughed at a lot, but slightly less frequently. And, little by little, we got kind of successful. I think people understand that this is going to be the future, right? People are going to be living in spaces like this online in the future. It won't replace the internet as we know it today, but it will be very large. So I think it'll continue to grow. It'll grow organically. I think that, there'll be revolutions and there'll be big questions to be answered. The IRS will come in and look at whether virtual goods need to be taxed. All these big, interesting questions will be asked, but those are natural parts of the evolution. And I think that, it'll just continue to grow.
With virtual worlds that feel more like real life than, well, real life, it's no surprise that people feel a connection with spaces like Second Life and millions of us. Will it change the way we live, work, play, or create? That remains to be downloaded.